What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more NBA plays today over on PrizePicks. I got some NBA and some MLB plays for you in today's video. Let's hop in and stay cashing because we have been very, very hot. We're on a massive run right now, as you just saw in the title. Took a couple days off here from the YouTube videos. However, the DubClub has been, of course, still getting my plays and still getting posts, and we've been cashing out like crazy. We are over 90 units of profit in the NBA this year. In the NHL, we are over 54 units of profit. We are starting to cook in the MLB. We are 6-0 on my pitcher fantasy score system, as well as we just cashed out one of our two correlation slips yesterday. I only had two slips. We were able to cash this one out here for a 7.5x over on PrizePicks. So like I said, I'm looking to stay cashing with some free plays in today's video. I have 3 free plays for you guys today. If you guys want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. 175 likes, and I drop a third play in tomorrow's video also. Let's hop in. And let's keep cashing. Before we get to these plays, though, don't miss out on joining the DubClub. In the DubClub, you can join 2 days for free in my description. Actually, I think it's a 3-day free trial now, so you can join 3 days for free. And if you don't like it, you can just cancel it. You can also join for the next month for only $15, which is $20 off of your first month. If you're rather get in right now, long term, and not pay the $35 at the end of the trial. That gives you access to all of my plays sent straight to your phone, which include plays for the NBA, the MLB, and the NHL. You also get my plays in the Discord and access to the Discord. Because in the Discord, you get access to my contributors' plays from Asmi's, Emo, Prop, and Elo. You see that Emo's been on a pretty damn good run here in the playoffs so far. 4-2 just yesterday in the playoffs, 20-9 for a profit of 6.76 units. Very good start to playoffs for him. You also have, of course, Asmi's, who has been cashing out time and time again. You also have Elo, who is just an insane soccer guy here. He has been cashing out time and time again. You also get access to my community chat to talk to me and other members about plays or whatever's going on. I'm super responsive in the chat. It's super easy to get my attention. Just at me in the chat, and I can pretty much answer any question you have. And also, you get my PrizePicks correlation plays here in the Discord, as well as my underdog streaks plays. So don't miss out. You can get in right now with that 3-day free trial, or join for the next month for only $15. Both options are linked down in my description. These are our profit numbers this year between the NBA and the NHL. If you had $50 on each play, you'd be over $7,000 of profit, so don't miss out. Go get that free trial in my description. With that being said, though, let's get to these free plays. Make sure that you play responsibly and at your own risk. Leave a like on this video and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. The most important thing, though, is having those notifications on that we can get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. Let's get to these plays. The first play I like here in the NBA today is going to be over in the PRA category because I like Freddie VanVleet tonight. Over his PRA at 21.5 against Golden State tonight. I think he's in a great spot. Really, all we need here, I think, is just good shooting from Freddie here because he's had some pretty bad shooting games here. So you can see he has not been super great in his last 5 games. Only over in 1 out of 3 games in the series, but he did just come through last game with 24 PRA. However, Freddie is over this in 51% of games this year. He has been seeing extremely high minutes, though, at 40 minutes in all 3 playoff games so far. In games here where he plays at least 32 minutes, the hit rate moves all the way up to about 53%. When you put that to about at least 35 minutes, over in 50%. What I really want to focus on here is his usage, because his usage has been very, very nice. Besides game number 2 here, we're only at 9.6. He's coming off of some pretty good usage games at 23% and 20%. But look at how he's been shooting in these games. It has been very, very bad shooting. 21%, 25%, and then 36% last game. This season as a whole, he's averaging about 38 or 35.8% shooting. So we're getting like 20% shooting games here recently from Freddie. If we get around, 30, 35%, I mean, I'll be pretty happy in the spot. But again, back to what I was saying about the usage here, I think he's going to be having at least 40% usage here. He's had 22 and 20 in 2 of the 3 games this series. So games where he's had at least 14% usage, and when he also sees those high minutes at about 32 plus at least, he should be saying closer to 40 in this one. But with at least 32 minutes and that 14% usage, he's over in 72% of games. Massive difference between his 32-minute log here with 53%. But when you bump that usage up, it of course gets even better. If you bump that up though to 17% usage or more, he's over in 81% of games this year. And these misses, by the way, are just these bad shooting games here, as you can see. Like you have these 2 misses here, came with 14% and 21% shooting. As long as we're not getting this terrible shooting from Freddie, I think we're in a great spot for him to cover his PRA tonight because I love the points here, which is why I like the usage so much. But also, I like factoring the rebounds and assists because of just how many minutes he's played, as well as his potential assists as of late, as well as his rebound chances also. Like he's coming off of 11 and 9 in 2 of the games of the series, and 13 and 11 in 2 of the games of the series also. I think we'll be seeing good usage from Freddie here. He just has to put the ball through the basket, but I think the opportunities should be there for him. He just has to finish it, of course, and just put the ball through the basket. So give me Freddie VanVleet tonight over his PRA at 21.5. Before we get to my next play, if you're not already on DraftKings Pick 6, it is, in my opinion, one of the best DFS apps out there right now. It is a newer app from DraftKings. It's available in most states, 18 years and older. So if PrizePicks is in your state, there's a decent chance that DraftKings Pick 6 is also in your state. If you use promo code DOMG and download the app down in my description, you get this promo here of play $5, get $50 instantly. They have a lot of really cool categories on the board too, like 30 plus points or 10 plus rebounds. And of course, you can get a better payout for some of these also. Like you can get an extra 7.3x multiplier added to your entry. If you like Mitchell here, it'd have at least 10 assists. Of course, those are kind of long shots. But you also have like 3+3s made here. We can get some really nice plays here also. It's a really, really cool app. Get it for yourself in my description and be sure to use promo code DOMG. Now, getting back to the free plays here in the MLB, we're going to head over to the hits, runs, and RBIs category here because I like Elly De La Cruz tonight. Over his hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5. It is on the PrizePicks board at a green goblin, but it's a really, really high-paying goblin prop. It's not like most goblins that you see on the board. And also, you can find this one at a pretty good multiplier on other apps out there that are not PrizePicks. If you're looking for an alternative, though, and you'd really just hit the goblin, he's at half a run on the board, too, which I also like on the over. I think both spots are pretty good, but I do prefer the hits, runs, and RBIs. Elly is in a great spot. He's over in 61% of games this year and has been on a pretty massive run as of late, as you can see. Go over in about 13 of his last 16 games, as you can see there. He's been pretty damn good this year. Also, they are slight favorites in this game against Palante, who is not the greatest of pitchers. Against righties this year, he's over in 67% of games, and when they win this year, he's over in about 12 out of 15 games. But in wins against righties, over in 82%, which is 9 out of 11. Pretty good track record there against against righties, and in wins. You also have his history, though, against Palante, where he's had 11 plate appearances with a .222 batting average. Not the greatest, but he does also have a pretty good on-base percentage at a .364 because of walks and things like that, which are pretty good for his run. He's pretty good, though, against his pitch mix, too, because he mainly uses the fastball, the slider, and the sinker. He has a .336 on-base average this year, but against the fastball, a .432, slider, a .350, and the sinker, a .267. So especially against that top two pitches, the fastball and the slider, he's been pretty nasty against. So I think Elly's in a pretty good spot. We usually don't get this line at 1.5, so I'm going to bite this one here at 1.5 for Elly. Like I said, though, if you're on PrizePicks, I don't mind the over half a run, but I do think the Green Goblin here is just a pretty solid payout still. Like if you had this in a 3-man, it still pays out 5x. If you add it with 1 square on PrizePicks, it pays out a 2.75x. So there's not even a payout change for a power play in a 3-man. I personally hate 3-man, so I'm just saying that it doesn't really change the payout too much, but I think Elly's in a pretty good spot. Moving on to my third play. Again, if you guys want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. If we get this video to 175 likes, I will drop a third play tomorrow also. This time, we're going to go with my infamous pitcher fantasy score method, which we have not missed on so far this year using this method, or the system that I have here. We're going to go with Dustin May, over 34.5 pitcher fantasy score. We went 3-0 on these yesterday, hoping that we can increase this run to 7-0. Plays Miami tonight. He's only been over this one single time this year. He's averaged 24 in these 9 games, so he's not been super great at cashing his fantasy score line. However, he's in a pretty good spot now against the Marlins. The Dodgers are about a -300 favorite in this game. It kind of depends depending on what app you're on, but they are massive favorites in this game here, which is important because in games where they win this year, he's been pretty good. He's had 33 and 46 fantasy score. This game, though, against Atlanta, he did not reach his 18 outs mark, which means he was not eligible for the quality start, which, of course, was really, really hurtful to him. And also, you just take the extra 3 points for getting to 18 outs. But this time around, he's extremely favored. He's about a -200 to have about 18 outs in today's game here. Don't ignore the -137. It's in reality about a -200, -180, -190, right around there. So he's in a pretty good spot, considering he should be able to have 18 outs in this game, because that means he's eligible for the quality start, which is an extra +4 to the fantasy score. You get a bunch of points from getting 18 outs. That's 18 fantasy score there. And also, with the Dodgers being a -300 favorite in this game, you could get an extra 6 points for the pitcher win. So there are a lot of different ways that you can cash this here, I think. And also, the strikeout line is in a pretty good spot here. I think he can have right around 5 strikeouts in this game. The Marlins are a pretty easy team to strike out on paper. They're ranked about 28th this year, at least in the last 30 games. And against the slider, you can see some of these guys do end up struggling. The sinker, the fastball, these guys can definitely struggle against some of those K pitches. So I think he's in a great spot. A lot of upside for him to have, about 5 strikeouts, get the win, get the quality start. He should be having the 18 outs here. If he has the 18 outs, I think he will end up clearing this fantasy score, especially if the Dodgers do win, and he gets that +6 to his fantasy score. I think he's in a great spot for this spot tonight. Also, I love Elly, of course, and I also love Freddie VanVleet. So these are my 3 plays here. Freddie over 21.5 PRA. Elly De La Cruz over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Dustin May over 34.5 fantasy score. I think all these guys are in a good spot tonight. I'm not done with the free plays yet, but a couple of reminders. Don't miss out on joining the DubClub. There's a 2-day or 3-day now free trial available in my description, or join for the next month for only $15. Gives you access to all of my plays, which are extremely profitable this year. You also, of course, get access to the Discord to talk to me and other members in the community chat. You get plays in my correlation tab here, my underdog streaks, as well as my contributors plays from Asby's, Emo, Prop the Props, and Elo. You guys all do great work. You're getting pretty much plays from 5 different guys, as you can see, and we are all pretty profitable. So go claim that free trial available in my description. But also, if you like the tool that I used in this video, it's called Outlier. You can get a free trial, I believe, of Outlier still available in my description. All you have to do is just use that link, but you also get access to the Pro here, which is awesome for plus EV, boost, arbitrage, and middle bets. This is really, really cool. I recommend at least checking out the Pro version of Outlier. But here's some more free plays from the Daily Grind tool. This year, you can show off the best bet value plays on an app like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, they love some value right now on Tyler Hero under fantasy score, the Ober under fantasy score, Eamon Thompson over fantasy score. A lot of fantasy score value on the board right now. But they also like, of course, like Haywood Highsmith points to rebounds, or the Ober under strikeouts. It's a really, really cool tool though. Get it for yourself in my description. Use this promo code DOMG and the Daily Grind link in my description. Click on the fantasy bundle and scroll down. Be sure to use that promo code. But also there's another tool available in my description called the AS Generator. This tool has over 2,000 units of profit since last year, and there are 11 slips currently on the board, available on apps like Underdog, Better, and even PrizePicks. We're going to click on the refresh button and see if we can find some PrizePicks plays on the board. Not currently, but we do have a ton of Underdog slips available right here. Like a 6 picks insured entry here. It has some plays for right now for like Bam Adebayo, Darius Garland points, Jacob Wilson hits, runs, and RBIs in the MLB. It's a really, really cool tool. It just gives you entries, as you can see here, and they are pretty damn profitable, as you can see there. Get this tool for yourself in my description by clicking on the slip generator and then scroll down. Use that promo code DOMG yet again. But thank you for watching us. See you in the next video. Best of luck. If you want to make over $5,000 profit on PrizePicks, you can watch this video on my screen right now.